Hey, I'm Divyansh Bhadauria, a BTech fourth year student at IIT Roorkee. So I guess everyone must have heard the news that Google DeepMind has recently released Gemini, in fact yesterday only. So what exactly is Gemini? Gemini is a new family of multimodal models. So what basically are multimodal models? So as we have used ChatGPT till now, we have seen that whatever prompts we give to ChatGPT, it gives us an output. But the problem with ChatGPT is that you can only give text to it. You can't give images to it as it will not recognize it. But what multimodal models do is that they can take more than one modes of input. For example, you can give them text and image together, or you can just give them images, etc. Now, what makes Gemini different from other multimodal models till now is that it can take a wide variety of input. It can take text, images, audio, videos, and code. Knowing about Gemini is not only important for those who follow AI, but it is also important for each and everyone because it will impact all the professions. So let's have a high level outlook on Gemini before we go into the details. So you can go on DeepMind's website and you can know more about Gemini over here. So let's see this demonstration by Google.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it Yazi?
Yazi
Is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is a high level tone.
So you can see like how powerful this is, because you can see the prompt is not only just the video of that duck, it's also the audio of the speaker.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea. Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Clue 2. This country loves football and has won the most men's World Cups in football history. You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth. A dog.
Sweet.
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has disappeared. Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie. Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy. They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults alike for many years.
Give me some ideas for what I could make with this.
I see.
So you can see how interacting Gemini is. Basically, you have seen the listener putting his fingers on the particular country and Gemini recognizing it. So this opens up a lot of capabilities. Now let's talk about the architecture of the model. So Gemini is basically built on top of transformer decoders. Also, the context length is up till 32,768, so we can have a long context in it, and we can employ efficient attention mechanism like multi-query attention, cross attention, etc. The Ultra is the most capable model that delivers state-of-the-art performance. Pro is a model that can be scalable to different tasks, and Nano is the model which they talk about putting it on devices. That it can accommodate textual input interleaved with a wide variety of audio and visual inputs. So the visual encoding of Gemini is inspired by their own foundational work on Flamingo. So what happens in Flamingo is that you use a vision encoder for the images. Basically, you do cross attention with the text input and the encoding of the images, and then you pass it to a Tanish gate, and then you use a pre-trained large language model block. They also claim to be using COCA, which is basically a dual encoder contrastive captioner, and it follows a loss function with a certain parameter for contrastive loss and a certain parameter for captioning loss for both image and text. Now, if you want to know about COCA and Flamingo, you can tell me in the comments. I'll make a video on that. Now, the important difference between the previous multimodal architectures and Gemini is that what other does is they first do some pre-processing and encoding on both images and text, and then they stitch them together, whereas Gemini is working on these inputs from the ground up itself, and it can natively output images using discrete image tokens. Now, for video understanding, it's a really simple technique that we can encode the video as a sequence of frames. And for audio understanding, Google already has its universal speech model, which is basically a encoder decoder model, which provides encoding for the audio signals that can go into the model. So this is basically the high level architecture of Gemini. We still don't know the exact architecture of Gemini. So let us now discuss about the evaluation of the Gemini models. So the first benchmark was the academic benchmark. For this, we used MMLU dataset, which is a holistic exam benchmark which measures knowledge across a set of 57 subjects. And the human expert performance was gauged at 89.8% by the benchmark authors. And Gemini Ultra is the first model to exceed this human expert performance. The previous state of the art result was at 86.84%, and Gemini had a whooping result of about 90.04%, as you can see over here. Some other text benchmarks of Gemini can be found on the website of DeepMind itself. So you can see that it has performed better than GPT-4 on almost all of the text related tasks. Not only text related tasks, Gemini also performed really good on multimodal tasks. You can see that it surpasses SOTA performance on all multimodal tasks, whether it be OCR or natural image, document understanding, mathematical reasoning in visual context, or video question answering, or automatic speech translation. You can see that Gemini Ultra had a better score than GPT-4. AlphaCode 2, it is a new state-of-the-art agent that excels at solving competitive programming. So it is basically AlphaCode with the integrated version of Gemini Pro tuned on competitive programming data. And you can see that AlphaCode 2 solved 43% out of 77 problems given to it from Division 1 and 2, and it provided a 1.7 times improvement over the prior record-setting AlphaCode system, which solved 25%. So we have seen that Gemini outperformed GPT-4 in almost all of the tasks, and Gemini is going to be a game changer in this race of generative AI. Also, you can read this technical report to know more about what Gemini can do. You can go to page 47, and from there you can see the different tasks it can perform. And you can also go on the website of DeepMind to see all the things which Gemini can do. Also, comment in the chat section as to how do you think Gemini is going to impact people's life with all the capabilities it has shown till now.